I think there are some times when we can hear Jesus' teachings and they kind of just roll into one ear and go out the other, and we don't really understand fully what he's saying. Or maybe in some way we're not ready to understand it, or we're like, that can't be what he means. I think today's gospel is one of those where Jesus is talking on the Sermon on the Mount about how if you have a grudge against someone, and if you come to the altar to bring your gift to the king, so imagine, you have a grudge against someone and you want to go and worship before God to kind of give him your service, your gift, that if you have that grudge, you have to go and settle with that person before you can come before the king. He's saying that it's not right for us to ever be able to give our worship to God if we are holding something against someone else. Because that person is also a child of God. Not because whatever happened was okay, or that person did something and now they're going to get away with it. No, but rather, we cannot hold grudges like that. In fact, it kind of keeps us bound in chains because we are so concerned with how we've been wronged. We're so concerned about how justice should be served for this person. And while that might be true, and while that might happen, it is not for us to be the judge and jury. Remember, it's only God who can judge. At the end of all things, God will judge each of us. But the way that he'll judge us is how we have forgiven, how we have shown mercy to others, how we have shown love. And so it's fitting that the first reading today from Paul's second letter to the Corinthians says that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. The Spirit of the Lord is what enables us to go to our brother, to our sister, and to forgive or to ask for forgiveness. It's only through that we are able to do. I think that forgiveness is such a godly act. It is something of God that we can't do on our own, so we need to ask the Lord's help to do that. And maybe not because the person deserves it, but rather because it frees our hearts from this soul tie that we have with them. And so we are free when we can forgive. We are free when we live in that place where we don't hold any grudge against anyone. And then we can come before the Father and give him our gift of our total selves. Selves that are pure, that are not holding any grudge. And that is the greatest gift that the Lord can receive. So let's ask the Lord today for the grace to forgive whomever it is we may need to forgive. It may not be in person, but rather just saying out loud, Father, in the name of Jesus, I forgive this person for hurting me in this way. And I ask you to bless them. I know those words can be hard to say, but you'd be amazed at the weight that is lifted off our shoulders. Let's ask the Lord today to break those chains and to help us to forgive as he calls us to forgive.